Alright, types of girls you meet in college. Oh, this guy seems...
Types of girls you meet in college. Let's go. Number 1, the bop. 99% of the time,
My ex. My ex. Definitely.
these girls
My fucking ex. Fuck you.
came from a super protective, conservative
I'm kidding. I don't mean any hate. I don't care anymore. I don't care about you. Honestly. We all tapping the bops. We are not all tapping the bops. Get the fucking bops away from me. I need a wife. But seriously, I don't hate you. I don't know if you're ever going to see this. I don't think you ever will, or if you care. But I don't hate you. I didn't mean that. Sorry.
family, and they didn't have any crazy experiences in high school. And now that she finally has some freedom,
this is literally actually my ex. Oh shit.
About to go crazy and let loose. You're talking about tag teamed double stuff. I was shocked my freshman year of college because it was always the most basic, like innocent looking girls in my classes that would be going completely wild at parties. And like, I don't really judge, but that's a little crazy to me. Like sometimes I'll be looking at these girls like, that's someone's future wife, bro.
Yep,
the thing is, I would never.
That's why I cannot trust a bill. Whoa. We don't call women that. But I cannot trust any woman because you think about the history's bad. I can't wait to have sex. Really, bro? Really? I mean, me too, honestly. The day will come.
Never date a bop, obviously, but part of me still like respects the hustle. I met a girl once who had a roster of like 7 dudes who she'd use for free food and Netflix passwords and stuff, and she had this system where she'd stay with each dude like every night of the week, and none of them knew about each other. And I'm gonna be honest, I just have to respect the hustle, bro.
Bro, that is... You have to try so... Yo!
Second type of girl you'll meet is the psycho. For whatever reason, in every single group of college girls, there's one of them who's completely insane.
I wouldn't know because I didn't go to college. I'm not in college, so I have no clue. But I guess there's always a psycho girl. Always. Yeah, Hello Kitty girls.
Like, I was recently hanging out with this girl and she was telling me how she had a stalker, and this person was following her and her friends everywhere, and they were like commenting her Chick-fil-A order under her TikTok posts, and she also slashed one of her friends' tires. And then she found out that it was a girl who was texting her ex back when they were together. And as I'm listening to this, part of me is laughing and part of me is completely mortified that there's someone out there like this. Like bro, slashing the tires of a friend of the ex of the guy you were DMing while they were together, you are actually insane. Please stay far, far away from.
I've slashed tires before. I'm not gonna lie. No, I didn't. Not me. My friend did.
From me. These girls tend to have some unresolved childhood issues and they like party way too hard, but they're still pretty terrifying to me, and I'm low-key scared to even put this as a category in the video because I don't want one of these girls to come after me. But you know, we ball. Actually, if you're like this, hit me up on Instagram. I need me some crazy in my life. The third type of girl you'll meet in college is your ex. My very first week of my freshman year of college, I met a guy playing pickup basketball at our campus rec. We grabbed food after and we generally got to talking, and he was telling me how he was in this amazing relationship. Like, he and his girl were high school sweethearts. They dated for like 3 years. She supported him. He played soccer. They were prom king and queen. She was valedictorian of their grade level. I mean, it was literally like the perfect high school relationship. And then I find out like 5 days later that the first weekend of the semester, one of his friends caught her making out with some dude at a party. After that,
Wonder what my ex is doing.
I saw bro go down a deep spiral for like 2 months. Stay safe out there, kings. But to be real, like, if you see your ex,
do not date in college. That girl, that bitch. Okay, I'm saying bitch. That bitch will cheat on you. I've seen it. My friend was in a very happy relationship. We all thought he was getting married. She cheated. They don't give no fucks. They don't care at all. Not loyal.
on campus, just keep it cordial, say hi and move on. Don't make a scene, don't get too emotional. Like, it's college, she's gonna be doing her thing, just move on, bro. The fourth type of girl you'll meet in college are the sorority chicks. Sorority girls weird me out because they're always like so professional.
Yeah, they are. All of them are like, oh my gosh, my family, my people. Oh, we're doing this fundraiser. Oh, Alpha Pi Sigma Kappa.
In public, they always like dress
Hip, I'ma touch you.
very proper and are always like hanging out with their sisters, and their social media profiles are always like so innocent and wholesome, like it's them volunteering, hanging out at events. But it's like a dual life because at nighttime they literally turn into some demons, bro. Like, sorority chicks are low-key some of the biggest degenerates on campus. They love pharmaceuticals and they're definitely not all pre-med, if you know what I'm saying. Also, I find it funny that there's like low-key beef between sororities and they're always like fighting to be the top spot on campus. High-key, I was always a little weirded out by Greek life and all like the weird customs they have to follow. Why is it even called Greek life? Like, no one's Greek. The fifth type of girl you'll meet in college.
What's Greek life? I'm lost. What the fuck is Greek life? Wifey.
I don't really have a good name for her, so I'll just call her the wifey. In my opinion, this is gonna be the most important girl you'll meet in college. The thing is, you're only gonna catch her in one of three places: the library, the gym, and
home.
Her dorm room. I call this girl the wifey type chick because she kind of encapsulates everything you'd want in a partner. Like, she doesn't go out, she doesn't do anything crazy,
and then she cheats on you out of nowhere.
They're always gonna be like really good students, really pretty, in really great shape, and she's gonna be like super nice for no reason. And for some reason, they always have an impeccable chain arrangement. I don't know what that's about. She also isn't gonna have like a
Sarah Safari definitely is not that material, but I guess I see what you were trying to say.
Weird history you have to worry about, like every other girl I've talked about so far. But when you do meet a girl like this, you have to shoot your shot, because even though you'll probably get rejected because she's gonna be very picky, if you don't talk to her, you're gonna regret not doing it when you're up at 2 a.m. Trust me. Basically, bro, if you cuff this type of chick, don't let her go. The next type of girl you'll meet is the academic weapon. It stresses me out just to be in proximity of this girl because she's always running on like a lethal dose of caffeine.
Always asking questions in class. Always asking questions in class. And probably is in every club ever in student council.
She's stressed all the time, looking for internship opportunities, always going to office hours. She's always like a really dope person, but just ridiculously busy. You also definitely always want her working with you on a project because she will lead things from beginning till end, and she will make sure you guys get an A.
I would never do school projects. I would get my fucking classmates to carry me. Never ever did a school project. And if it was solo, I didn't fucking do it. I'm a piece of shit for that. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Sorry, not really.
No matter what. Her Google Calendar is going to be running at like 2 frames per second because there's going to be so much stuff in there. And even though she's super miserable because she's always working super hard,
that's respect though.
She's gonna be making like minimum 120K after she graduates. The next type of girl you'll meet in college is the chill girl. And I included this girl in the list mainly because it seems like this is the type of girl that I attract the most. I guess because I give off stoner energy even though I'm not one. These girls always love a specific plant, if you know what I'm saying, and they're really dope to hang out with. Actually, the same girl from the Psycho story I'd probably describe as
I don't really know anyone. Well, I wouldn't surround myself with people that are stoners in high school, obviously. So I can't think of someone off the top of my head that was a chill girl.
Chill girl. And actually, the funniest thing happened when I went to hang out with her. Basically, we were just watching something on Netflix and it was like 2-3 a.m. and she was like, yo, some dudes are coming over and they might ask you a bunch of questions and be weird, so like you should probably head out. And I was like, all right, cool. I was getting tired, so I booked it and went home. And like 2 days later, one of our mutual friends told me that the guy who was coming over was like best friends with her
ex's friend was coming and he was for sure gonna start some shit. Got you. Oh,
ex and he would have tried to fight me apparently, and I was like super faded. I mean, that would have been a hilarious story to tell. But I mean, chill girls, you know, they're just like fun to hang out with on like a night in if you're like a chill guy like me. The next type of girl you'll meet is the athlete, and I don't have much to say about
Low-key, the athletes are a little annoying. The girl athletes. I mean, not like the super athletes, I guess. If you just play sports, I mean, no, I like girls that play sports, but like when they're like really into it and that's their life. Like if they're D1 in basketball, that's a turn off, low-key.
the athlete mainly because I go to a nerd D2 school, but I mean, you can always tell these girls play for one of the sports teams just by how they're dressed. You see them walking around in shorts no matter how cold it is with a massive water bottle. They're always wearing school merch with like a shirt that says like they're a part of the volleyball or basketball or tennis team or whatever, and they always have like their ponytail tied up and their hair is always wet because they take like 4 showers a day. Usually these girls are pretty chill, but in my experience they kind of like only hang out with the other athletes, so I don't really interact with them much. But in my few interactions in class or whatever, I always have good experiences with these athlete girls. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the daddy's money girl. Oh my god, bro, these girls make me so mad. It all started at orientation, right? The guide at orientation was talking about the best places to park on campus, and then this girl in the back, I swear to god,
this chopped Indian doesn't get gross, bro. Why is he making this vid? Oh wait, low key, it kind of is weak video. No hate, but no hate. I'm not a hater.
she raises her hand and she says,
Let's finish the video.
is there a place I can land my plane on campus? Yeah, let's take a look at our campus runway. If you have the misfortune of having one of these girls in your classes, you're gonna have to endure her constantly talking about all of the places her family travels. Her Insta highlights are gonna be like 10 hours.
But also the teacher's pet, because the teacher's like, oh, this girl has money. Let me meet the parents. Give me some money.
Hours long, but don't you dare call her rich, okay? The daddy's money girl is literally the only person in college having the prototypical Hollywood college experience. She doesn't care about her classes. She's studying marketing or some fake degree, and she won't have a care in the world because she knows that as soon as she graduates, she's gonna have a freshly minted Goldman Sachs investment banker waiting to marry her. So yeah, if you're like a daddy's money rich girl, like try to be more modest, like struggle a little bit. The next girl you're gonna meet in college is just that one random girl that's just in all of your classes for some reason.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. I don't know why these girls always like. I remember these girls. They're pretty chopped. Like 6 out of 10. They're just in every class, and you see them all the time, and you never speak a word to them. The only time you speak is when you guys have like a group project, but they're always there.
You want to hear the craziest thing? I moved across town when I was in 5th grade and went to a new school, and since 5th grade, every single year, I've had this one girl in every single one of my classes. We've spoken probably like 5 sentences to each other over that time span. And then I swear to God, she went to my college, my freshman year of college, I had a class with her. And then sophomore year, again, I have a class with her. I don't know what's going on. Like, I've known this girl, I guess at this point, for over a decade, and we've hardly ever spoken to each other. There's always just that one random girl that's in all of your classes, and I have no clue why. But I mean, usually they're pretty chill, so there's nothing really to worry about. Also, please,
they don't bother you. They're just in your class. But yeah, that video was pretty weak. Things you realize as soon as you graduate high school. I want to watch this because I did graduate high school, and I'm like a year. It's been a year since I graduated high school. Hip is about to graduate high school, so we're gonna see if this is true.
these are things you realize as soon as you graduate high school. Number 1, your high school social life does not matter at all. The moment you graduate, you're gonna forget about 95% of people you went to school with. Seriously, all those people whose opinions you cared about, you will never see them again. For me, this was a simultaneous...
I haven't seen... I've probably seen like 5% of my class since I graduated. I haven't seen anyone.
simultaneously frustrating but also freeing realization. It was frustrating because it made me realize how dumb it was all those times I overanalyzed my appearance or my attitude or the way I talked to girls. I mean, every guy at least once throughout high school has tried to be the silent, mysterious, cool guy sitting in the corner thinking everyone thinks he's Bruce Wayne, but then you get home and realized you didn't talk to anyone all day and just wasted your time. When you're in high school, you think the stakes of your social life are so high and that if you publicly embarrass yourself, it's gonna haunt you forever. But literally the moment you get home from graduation, you realize that your social status in high school did not matter at all and you will never see any of those people ever again. And in that sense, it's very freeing because if you didn't like the person,
No, you didn't, Hip, because you're gonna come back here and you're gonna go fucking. You're gonna meet so many more people when we make it. Trust me. So many more people are gonna see the new you.
person you were in high school, you can just close that chapter and start afresh. And once you graduate high school, your friend group is most likely going to change a lot and you're going to have less friends, but they're going to mean more to you. Because in high school, a lot of your
You're gonna lose all those like high school acquaintances, friends, like all those friends that you like kind of talk to, not that you did talk to, but the real ones are gonna stick by, and the real ones you're gonna stick with them till the fucking death. A lot of them you're just not gonna speak to, like even some of the close ones. Like I've lost two close friends, like really close friends, and that's okay. You grow apart, but you always keep the real ones, always, and you meet new people too that become the real ones. So it's all gonna be okay.
Your friendships are going to be based out of convenience. In high school, you're going to be friends with people because they're in a lot of your classes or maybe they're in some of your extracurriculars. And honestly, a lot of the time, you're only friends with those people because you're in such close.
I wish our high school was bigger. Our high school was so small. I knew everyone in the high school since I was in 3rd grade because I had every class with everyone from 3rd grade to 8th grade, and then we just went to high school. And we only have 500 people in our high school. So we all knew everyone for like a decade. We all knew who we didn't like. We all knew our friend groups. And that carried on to like after high school, obviously, because I still talk to all these people that I did in high school and our friend groups. But I wish I met more people. I wish I talked to more people too. But yeah, the only thing you could really do was talk to the same people or talk to people in a grade below you. But you already know them too. You know everyone in your high school, in our high school. If you have a really small high school like we did.
Close proximity to them every single day. But once you graduate high
I feel like life is going to be weird. Hip, bro. It will be weird. It will be weird. You're not going to be used to it, dude. You're going to have to... You're going to see how many people... Like, you're not going to see anyone, dude. I'm telling you. Everyone you saw today in your class, you're not going to see them for a really long time. Or ever again. Like, trust me on that. Big trust me on that. Unless they reach out. Or you're like, oh, yo, we should hang. Which is really not likely. Because if you didn't hang out in high school, why would you hang out after high school if you guys never spoke?
school, you really are free to find friends that are like you and more aligned to your goals. So if you're in high school right now, shoot the shot, talk to the girl, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself, and if you do embarrass yourself, realize that 99%
It won't matter. It literally will not matter. Everyone forgets. If you embarrass yourself one day in high school, people are not thinking about that for the rest of their lives, or even the next week or the same day. They'll think about it for like 10 minutes when it's happening, and then they'll just forget. The stair incident, bro. People are not going to remember that by next year. I'm telling you. Or even, people probably forgot about that already. I didn't, because I was there, and I'm your friend now. Of course I didn't forget that. But other people, they're not going to remember, bro. Trust me.
People will forget about you the moment they graduate. The next realization you will have as soon as you graduate is that 90% of what you learned in high school is completely useless.
Yeah,
now, you were probably
I
already
have not used shit from high school at all. I have not used anything.
aware of this while you were in high school, but it becomes all the more evident as soon as you graduate. I don't know sales, marketing, or how to do my taxes, but I know what an ionic bond is. Thank you.
I don't even know what an ionic bond is. It was so useless that I don't remember.
public school system. Because the content of what you learn in school will be so irrelevant to you after you graduate, it makes
Literally, most of it was irrelevant. I can't, okay, maybe all of it was irrelevant. I can't think of something that I used in day-to-day life. I forgot all my teachers too. I don't know, dude. Life is crazy.
Self-education all the more important. If you're in high school, especially if you're 17 or 18, you probably already have an idea of what you want to pursue after you graduate. And I think that it's extremely crucial that outside of school hours, you educate yourself in that field. It's going to put you at such a head start and advantage over your peers once you graduate. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't focus on the content of your formal education. Obviously, your grades are important for college apps and job applications and stuff like that. But truthfully, the most valuable skill being a good student in high school will teach you is having a strong work ethic. If you're someone who's
that's the most important thing coming from high school, and that's what a lot of teachers talk about, but like students don't take away. Your work ethic coming out of high school is the most important thing for your life. Because if you don't have a strong work ethic and you're just a lazy piece of shit and you don't know how to get shit done, you're not gonna make any, like, you're not gonna do anything or make it far at all.
Taking AP and honors classes and are the type of student that works really hard, even if you think that what you're learning is pointless and ultimately a lot of it is.
Oops, sorry to barge in like this. Isn't it so annoying when an ad like this interrupts?
Yeah, it is.
Understand that your ability to work hard is growing stronger, and ultimately your work ethic is going to be one of the most important skills you will have in the real world. This was a big issue for me because I was a good student throughout school, but only because I wanted to match the expectations of my parents. So I would do just
This guy's chopped.
Enough to get that A on the report card, and then I would completely give up. This led me to resent school pretty much throughout high school, and I had a pretty miserable.
I hated school so much. It was the worst. Like, I felt like it was so useless, and I felt like I was being unproductive because I would just go to school and just sleep. I wouldn't learn shit. And I know how bad that sounds, but I feel like at the same time, my high school education was really bad. But it was also really useless, and none of the teachers actually like engaged the students, I guess, or made it like pleasable to go.
Time, but I think a better perspective to take is that I am someone who has big goals and I want to be someone who is capable of working extremely hard. So even though learning that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell is not congruent
I remember that one.
To my goals, when I study for the biology test until 2 a.m., I am becoming someone who's more capable of working hard, and I can use that skill later down the line on work that is congruent to my goals. The next realization you'll have once you graduate is that there is life beyond school. It sounds odd to say, but high school was so structured and restrictive that once I graduated, freedom felt weird.
It is gonna be weird after you graduate. It's fucking, you could do whatever the fuck you want. Literally, it's, your future is up to you. And that's what a lot of high school teachers were trying to say about college. Like, it's all on you. But like, you don't have to go to college. You could literally do whatever the fuck you want. I could go take a flight to Japan and fuck off and I'll be forgotten forever. Am I going to do that? No. But that's just an example. You literally have free will.
It's like, oh, now I don't have to wake up at 6:30 and ride this cold school bus while the driver is blasting morning radio while I'm trying to get an extra 30 minutes of sleep. In my opinion, college is way better than high school because you pick what your classes are.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard college is way better than high school from all my friends.
You pick when they are, and you get to choose what you do with the rest of your week. Now, at the age of 20, it sounds odd for me to say, but when I graduated, I had this epiphany that my time actually belongs to me. Because throughout high school, my time essentially belonged to the school. I had to get up early, ride the bus to school, spend 8 hours there, come back home. By the time I got home, it was already 5 o'clock. Then I had to do 2 hours of homework, eat dinner, and by this point, it's 9 or 10 o'clock, and you have to ask yourself, do you want to sacrifice your sleep to work on something that you want to do or have fun? Or do you want to get a nice 8-9 hours of sleep and spend no time for yourself? I think this is the biggest flaw in the education system because all it really does is train you to be a mindless worker.
They just want you to be workers. That's literally the point of high school and college And I firmly believe that unless you actually get a really good, high-paying job. But at the same time, you're still going to be working. And you won't have actual freedom.
But once you graduate, you sit back and you have this moment where you realize you can choose what to do with your time. And that independence is very, very liberating. The next realization that you'll have after high school is that life moves at 2 times speed once you graduate. I graduated in 2023, about a year and a half ago, and the time
This guy's only a year older than me.
between then and now has zoomed by. Because high school was so structured, it felt like it took forever.
Bro, I've done so much shit since I graduated. Like, I've done a lot. I did a lot. And it's already a year later. It's crazy how fast time goes. I feel like I also didn't do much, but I did a lot.
Like, it was a 4-year prison sentence. But my entire freshman year of college was like I blinked and it was over. I think that being present in the moment is truly the secret to life. And when I am present, time doesn't seem to slip by as much and existence is more enjoyable. And the last thing anyone needs is to blink
Trust me, it will go by fast. I'm telling you right now. It will.
and wake up and wonder where their 20s went. So if you're in high school, your perception of time will likely change after you graduate. And don't think the slow pace of high school is going to be your life forever. Make sure to always be present or you're going to miss a lot of life. The next thing you'll realize once you graduate high school is also the most important thing you'll realize, and that's you have to take accountability for everything in your life. The modern education system
That's the most important thing. You have to take accountability. You have to take accountability because your future literally is all up to you and depends on you. And if you don't take fucking accountability, be like, yo, this is my fault, I'm not where I want to be, you're not gonna get anywhere. It's the truth.
constantly reinforces the idea that nothing is ever your fault, and I think that's one of the most dangerous ideas that has been perpetuated over the past decade or so. Once you graduate and you have to fend for yourself, nobody cares about your disadvantages. And even if you have legitimate disadvantages,
It literally does not matter. People don't give a fuck. The world is cruel. You're fucking disabled. No one cares. Okay, that's crazy to say. That's crazy to say. That's crazy to say. I didn't mean that, but like, okay, I don't know how to put this in the right way, so I'm just gonna stop talking.
let's just play it out to the extreme, okay? Say you feel as if you're being held back by your ethnicity, gender, disability, or some other reason, okay? You will never be successful. Is that what you want me to tell you? Because I can almost guarantee that someone has had it worse and done it better. I'm a big sports fan, and I often think about Manny Pacquiao, who was so impoverished he had to turn pro at the age of 16, and he was so malnourished that he couldn't even make the weight for the lowest weight division. Somehow he came from abject poverty in the Philippines to one of the greatest boxers of all time. If he can do that, I'm fairly confident I have the resources to achieve my goals. Comparison goes both ways. You don't have to use it to compare yourself to people who have more advantages than you.
Yeah, because people have it worse. A lot of people have it worse. I'm really blessed. Once you start counting your blessings, you'll realize how much people have it worse.
I just remember someone telling me there are 2 words that will get you out of whatever struggle you're going through. My fault. Because I'm not that far removed from high school, I still remember it pretty vividly, and I can say with confidence that 15 to 18-year-olds are very capable. And I think that coddling these people in a very formative period of their life into thinking that none of their shortcomings are ever their fault is very dangerous. You will never achieve your goals until you realize that you have to take accountability for everything in your life. Please follow me on Instagram. I read my DMs.
Oh, but yeah, that was things you realize as soon as you graduate high school. Baby, I'm back. You play me like a fool, I see. But it's been so long since I thought about you. 5 gifted subs, and I'll blow this bitch up.